feel like the man. Niggas be hating, I know that they fans. But with the state, they know who I am. How you going up if it be your man? He makes me like to go. I can't go outside, no. Bro, I can't run no more. Yeah, that is a fact, though. I need my diamonds fall, but that shit on pause.
YouTube, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video y'all see by the title and the thumbnail where we'll be talking about the differences between inspiration and copying. Now, I did this video probably about 7 or 8 months ago on the channel, and y'all did indeed run that video up, so I figured this might be the perfect time for me to run this video back. And also because I feel like there's still a lot of y'all out there that don't understand the fine line between inspiration and copying. Now, before we get into the actual video, I just want to say I really do appreciate all the support that y'all been showing me. Even though I ain't been as consistent as I say I'm going to be, y'all been showing up, especially on the last video. Y'all showed up on that video, y'all went crazy, so I just wanted to show y'all my appreciation. But I don't want to talk y'all heads off too much longer, so we finna go now straight into today's video. So there's still a handful of y'all out there that don't understand the fine line between inspiration and copying. So first and foremost, we have to figure out what both of these terms actually mean. And we're gonna start out talking about inspiration. Now, what is inspiration? When we get inspired, we take an idea or a concept and we make it our own. We build on it while we're adding our own unique perspective and creativity to create something new and original. Now, basically what that definition is saying, if y'all don't understand, is, say for instance y'all have one of y'all favorite fashion influencers and y'all really love their style and y'all really love how they dress. Now, how you get inspired by the way they dress is you could really analyze their style, go through their whole entire style and analyze the clothes and the way that they put these clothes together with their outfits, and you can take your favorite key elements from their style. Take your favorite key elements from their style. Now, once you take these key elements from their style, you're gonna go to another fashion influencer that you really like and you're gonna look into their style as well, and you're gonna take a few key elements from their style. Now you're gonna go to a third fashion influencer and you're gonna do the same thing that you did with the first influencer and the second influencer. You're gonna go to this third influencer and you're going to look for key elements throughout their style that really stand out to you, and then you're gonna get those 3 key elements. And then once you get the key element from these 3 influencers, this is when you go back to the drawing board. You bring all the key elements that you got from each influencer and you put them together, and you start finding out different ways that you could really go by adding these 3 styles together and creating your own way to style these clothes. This is really going to help you start to develop the personal style that you desire, and you're actually going to be wearing clothes and styling clothes the way you want to style it because you took the time out your day to find out how you could take this inspiration from these influencers and really use it into your real life. Now we know the definition of inspiration. Now we need the definition of copying. Now, what is copying? Copying is when we replicate something without any original thought or innovation. Now, for instance, let's say you have a favorite clothing brand out there, and I feel like clothing brands is probably one of the easiest things for me to talk about when it comes to inspiration and copying, because I feel like this is the biggest thing throughout fashion that gets everybody misconstrued with these 2 terms. Now, let's say for instance your favorite clothing brand made their own tracksuit. Y'all know the tracksuits are pretty popular throughout the clothing brand space, but let's say for instance your favorite clothing brand made their own tracksuit. Y'all know the tracksuits are pretty popular throughout the clothing brand space, but let's say for instance your favorite clothing brand made their own tracksuit, and you starting to see this specific tracksuit go viral on Instagram. A lot of y'all tend to go out there and make the same exact tracksuit that you've seen this previous clothing brand already made. Y'all don't make any changes. Y'all make the same exact sets, y'all make the same exact colors, and y'all do not switch it up. This is where y'all get the 2 terms inspiration and copying mixed up, and this is where a lot of y'all tend to think that you got inspired by a clothing brand when in reality you didn't get inspired, you just copied the clothing brand. Now, it is okay to be inspired by this brand. Now, you can get inspired to make your own track suits, but this is where a lot of y'all make this mistake. When you're getting inspired from a clothing brand, yes, you're looking into this specific thing that they drop, but while you're looking into what they drop, you're supposed to be coming up with your own specific way that you can make your own tracksuit. Like, you can take certain things from their tracksuit, put it together with things that you came up with out of your own mind. That is going to be helping you get inspired from the clothing brand without copying them. Your piece is going to become more unique to you because you made the piece based off of what you thought. Yeah, you took inspiration from this clothing brand, but you didn't sit here and copy the exact same thing that they did. So you're not going to be copying them. That's going to turn it into you got inspired by your favorite clothing brand and not you copying them. Now, like I said, there's a lot of clothing brands out there, a lot of clothing brand owners. I think y'all really need to hear this, because a lot of these things that we're seeing throughout the clothing brand space is oversaturated, and the reason it gets oversaturated is because y'all are not finding your own way to be unique with creating things for your clothing brand. And when you're running a clothing brand, I feel like your clothing brand should be based off of you. You shouldn't be making clothes because it's popular right now. You should really be making stuff that you yourself would wear. So that's another thing, and I feel like that's another big reason why a lot of people do not understand the differences between copying and inspiration, and people think that them copying somebody is them actually getting inspired by somebody, when you're all wrong. When you're copying somebody, you're replicating what they did instead of putting your own original thought or innovation into it. So like I said, it is a lot easy for you to find clothing brands out there. Y'all find some unique clothing brands. They make some unique pieces that you actually like. You can look into the clothing brand, look into the piece that you actually like from this clothing brand, but while you're looking into the piece that they're making, you want to be coming up with your own unique specific ways that you can come up with your own clothing piece. Like, for instance, let's say you like the way your personal style is right now, and then you want to start your own clothing brand because you feel like this is where you want to go, this is your passion. What you could do is you could look into one of your favorite clothing brands, see something that they're dropping that you feel like you want to drop, and you feel like that could really resonate with your style, and then you start taking different things from your style that you know for a fact will make you wear this piece. You put that together on the piece that you got inspired from them, and I'm telling you, you are creating a whole different piece, and the piece is not the same as that clothing brand. So you're not going to be copying them, but you're going to be inspired by that clothing brand. Now, the next thing that I actually want to go over is something else that is pretty big throughout the fashion scene, and I feel like this is something else that is really misconstrued when it comes to inspiration and copying, and we got the Timberland boot trend. Now, I know I have a lot of people that watch my channel, y'all are into the Timberland boot trend, and I am always talking down on this trend every time I put the Timberlands in a YouTube video. But I have my reasons for me talking down on this trend, is because there's not really a lot of originality when it comes to wearing the Timberland boot nowadays. We are seeing the same recycled outfits over and over again. I'm trying to tell y'all, TikTok is oversaturated with the baggy jeans, the Carhartt hoodies on top of hoodies, dressing like Lil Yachty. Y'all know how it goes. It's all over TikTok. It's all over Instagram. There's really no originality when it comes to the Timberland boot trend. But like I told y'all, bro, if you know, for instance, you like this Timberland boot trend, here's the way you can get inspired by this trend instead of copying the trend. What I need y'all to do is, let's say for instance y'all like the trend, what y'all could do is y'all could buy into the trend, y'all can put this trend on the back end of your wardrobe and just let it sit there, and then you can study the Timberland trend. You can go on TikTok, Instagram, and see if you can find anybody that is styling this trend completely different from the world, because there is people out there that has their own ways that they can style Timberland boots. They may be hard to find, but if you do your little research, you can find them. Now, while these Timberland boots is on the back end of your wardrobe, just sitting there until it's time for you to come back around to fill these boots into your style, you want to be going on TikTok and Instagram and finding unique creators that are styling this boot their own way, and they are out the way. Then once you find a couple different influencers that are styling this specific boot their own way. Like I told y'all earlier, y'all can take key elements from how each influencer is styling these Timberland boots. You can put them together and you can find your own specific way that you want to style this boot. Because I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, it's gonna make the process a lot easier for y'all. It's gonna make it a lot more fun for y'all and a lot more stress free. And when you're going through your fashion journey of trying to figure out who you are and where you want to be in this journey, you're supposed to be separating yourself from the world and just having fun. You're not gonna be having too much fun when you're too busy looking into trends and you're too busy copying what everybody else is doing and whatever is popular. That's why I said it is okay for y'all to look into fashion trends, but when you're looking into a fashion trend that you actually like, instead of you copying the world, why don't you sit back and figure out how you could get inspired from the trend and figure out how you could really fill these trends into your style. It just makes the fashion journey a lot more easier for y'all, and it just makes it a lot more stress free. I'm just putting y'all on game. I don't learn this from experience. Like I've told y'all in previous videos, whatever I tell y'all or rely to y'all in videos is things that I have been through or seen throughout my fashion journey. So I done seen people actually buy into fashion trends, put these trends on the back end of their wardrobe. They studied the trend, they analyzed the trend, and they found certain ways that they want to style it to really separate themselves from the world. Now this popular trend, they're not even looking at this as a popular trend anywhere. They're just looking at this as something that they really enjoy wearing, something that they really figured out their own specific way that they want to style it, and something that's really going to keep them out the way of all the other fashion connoisseurs, if that makes any specific sense. So like I said, if y'all like the Timberland trend, it's very popular right now, feel free to buy into this trend if you haven't already. And what you want to do is you want to put this Timberland trend on the back end of your wardrobe and just let it sit there till you figure out how you want to style this piece. While you're trying to figure out how you want to style this piece, you want to be looking through the internet, analyzing different ways that you can style the Timberland boot, and then you want to come back to the drawing board, bring this inspiration that you found throughout these internet platforms, you bring them together and you figure out different cool combinated ways to style these Timberland trends, and you really separate yourself from the world. That's how you can really bring fashion trend into your style. Have it as something that you actually enjoy. You don't have to worry about copying this person or copying the whole world, trying to be like Lil Yachty. You're gonna be doing your own thing and enjoying this trend. And then once this trend goes out of style, you may not even be paying attention to the Timberland trend going out of style, because you're still gonna be enjoying the way that you're styling it and the way that you are filling it into your style. I'm just putting y'all on game. Indeed is gonna wrap up today's video. I hope this video entertained y'all, and I hope this video informed y'all, and I hope this video actually helped y'all learn the differences between copying and inspiration, because like I said, there is a fine line between both of those terms, and a lot of y'all tend to get those terms misconstrued. Now if y'all want to learn more about these two terms, I did indeed make I made a first version to this video, and it's on the channel already. Like I told you, I did that video about 7-8 months so I'm gonna put the end screen on like the end of the video, so y'all can click on that video as soon as this video ends, and y'all can go tap into that video as well. But like I said, that indeed is gonna wrap up today's video. It's been your boy Ty, aka tynotrixhh, and I will catch y'all in my next video.